All right, you guys. So here I am at the third dealer takeover. This is pretty cool. This is a great event, and it's amazing what actually comes out during these shows. It's a little noisy out here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some cool cars that I saw today, some interviews, and I brought the ice cream buses. That'd be kind of fun. My buddy Mike bought his, so we're actually going to be selling ice cream later on today. Pretty cool. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, you guys, here I am at the third dealer takeover in San Juan Capistrano, at Capistrano Volkswagen, and I'm with Jeff Nall, who, man, you are sitting in this, it's a 67, is it?
Yes.
67 dormobile. Jeff, thank you. Good morning for being here.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is really cool, man. I thought before it gets crazy, I wanted to go ahead and ask you a few questions about this. So,
sure.
I know that, I mean, gosh, I saw this thing go through this extensive restoration, and it's so cool to see it now here in the showroom, man.
Yes. Finally.
Finally, huh?
It's good to have a camper, working camper that I can just open the doors and have a good time, because there's nothing else better than this. As far as I'm concerned, I love camping in it.
No, this thing's incredible, dude. So tell me, I mean, how did you come about this, and did you always want a dormobile?
We knew that we wanted a dormobile, so it was now to go on a hunt and find the right bus to turn into a dormobile. So we found a tin top Westie out in Tennessee.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was sitting from 1974 until the gentleman I bought it from had it in 2021.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it hadn't moved. So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So obviously, not having moved, it was going to need a lot of work. I'm assuming. So what was the condition of it when you first found it? You know, when you saw it. I mean, are we talking just flat tires?
Oh, it was a complete restoration. Let's put it that way. It was very rusty. Had to have many pieces of metal changed out.
Okay.
It just took 3.5 years to complete. So
3.5 years,
yes.
Dude. And you were actually charging too. I mean, you were like getting stuff left and right, and this is cool. Well, it's pretty awesome to have it, finally come to fruition.
Absolutely.
And I know that you use it. That's the cool part. It wasn't like we'll restore it and then we'll just have this little trailer queen. So,
absolutely not.
No, this is cool. Can you give us a quick tour?
Sure.
Yeah. Tell us, since we're sitting on the inside here, I mean, I'm looking at these wedge pillows behind you. Tell me everything about this, man.
So the camper kit that was already in the bus, it was an SO42.
Oh, okay.
Tin top Westie. It was actually pearl white when it was sitting in the same spot. It was born pearl white. But when we knew that we were going to do the restoration, we decided to find something that already had really nice interior. This was probably the nicest interior that I'd ever seen, complete original. We've only replaced a few pieces of the edge molding, and all the original fabric is still in good shape.
Dude, that's original fabric, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
We did not have the wedge pillows in here.
Okay.
But all of the seats and all the vinyl is all original. Even the laminate came back to life. We used a special product on that to bring that back, because it was very whited out. As you know, it gets pretty bleached.
Big time.
Yeah. So
God, these curtains are absolutely stunning. I mean, they're great.
Yeah, they definitely tie everything in together. This was probably the most difficult part, is to do all the trim work and everything around the dormobile installation.
Now, what is the gray, Jeff? What is that gray stuff? I mean, it looks like it's almost like a felt.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, and that's supplied by Dormobile. We purchased this top brand new from Dormobile in England.
Okay.
And they shipped it out in basically a box the size of a beetle almost.
Look at that.
Just to deal with all the shipping, and that was right at the time when we had all those shipping barges lined up outside of San Pedro.
Yeah.
And so it was.
So your bus was just sitting there?
Well, the dormobile top. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it was just sitting out there for a couple of months, just waiting. But you know how it is. It's once all the pieces come together, then assembling it, and
very
here we
cool.
are.
So this thing started off, so it's a 67 SO42, and it started off as pearl white. It's pretty rad that it's a tint top and a walkthrough, which is really cool. And I gotta say, man, my favorite color is dove blue, so I'm a big fan of this. But look at this. I mean, it's the details that are just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
A lot of work. You're like, man, don't remind me of it. Huh?
Yeah, but it's it's something that we get to use anytime that we want it.
Right.
And a lot of fun.
Very cool, man. Well, can you take us a quick little walk around?
Sure.
This is super cool. And so that was the original, is the icebox cabinet?
It is.
Wow, dude. I mean, it's in exceptional condition.
Yeah, they
love these
that was
tables.
that was the hardest part, is finding something that was in really good shape to we can always replace metal and paint a bus, but it's really difficult to find original cabinets that you don't have to mess with.
Oh no, for sure. I can imagine. Quick question for you. The significance of the number 3.
So I have 3 daughters. My lucky number's been 3. My jersey number's been 3 in all the teams I ever played on.
Now you're an avid baseball player.
Oh yeah. Still, that's not going to stop.
Yeah. And you're a fellow Ironman buddy of mine too. So that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So okay, all right, that's cool. So that makes sense on the number 3. I thought maybe that was the address when you park somewhere.
Yeah.
I love the spice rack. That's incredible. Now, was that original on the bus too? Really?
Yeah. And I just, I had the ability to change out all these little pieces of striping, but what's this stuff called?
Just a little molding, the cabinet molding, the T molding.
The T molding, yeah. I could always change it out, but it looks so much better when it's original. So we decided to leave that.
It's so funny how over the years this stuff just kind of shrinks up a little bit.
Yeah, there's only a couple of pieces that I kept the original T molding.
Look at this, man. Talk about well stocked. You can always tell who really camps.
Absolutely. You gotta have your Cholula.
Yeah, you gotta have your Cholula. Now this the canopy here, this is killer. Dude,
Yeah.
Where'd this come from?
So it's a reproduction of the original. There's a gentleman out in Czech Republic that makes them.
Yes.
His name's Helmut, and he does a fantastic job.
Dude, this is
all
awesome.
the details.
Awesome. I love this color. Look at this. I like your brass knuckle lantern holder here.
It's a bear claw.
Oh, it's a bear claw. I don't know. It looks like brass knuckle at first, man. I'm like, there you go. And the fact that you've got the Sears lamp to match your match the bus, dude, that is so cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's all these little details that are just super, super neat. Now, question for you, because I got to ask, what was probably the most challenging part of the restoration for you, besides the waiting?
Yeah, dealing with the different trades to be done.
Okay.
Because we basically farmed it out to the metal. Metal got done really on time, and Washburns did our metal for us, and he did an awesome job.
All right.
It was a little bit of a pain dealing with the paint shop and getting those final details done.
Right.
But the most difficult has to be that trim that runs around the dormobile top on the inside.
Really?
Oh, it's such that was probably the most difficult directly for me, because I had to figure that out myself. So
that sucks.
But
you did.
I did, and it turned out nice. So that's all I can.
No, this is so cool, man. So now the cot that's in the front, was that already here too?
Yes, that was in the bus. Original cot.
Oh, look at that. What a beautiful bus, Jeff. Seriously, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, it came out it's stunning, man. Oh, dude, and I just noticed, especially now that we just talked about number 3, not only is it the 3rd dealership takeover, but you've got number 3 as well.
Of course.
I feel like that was kind of planned.
Absolutely.
This is so rad, man. Well, very cool, dude. Very cool. I love it. It's a stunning bus, man.
Thank you.
So now I know you've also got a really cool single cab.
Yeah.
What year's the single?
A 66.
A 66. Okay. All right. So now that you've done this and you've got the single cab, I mean, are you done, dude? Or, us bus addicts where I was like, I don't know, man. I think I want another.
you always have in the back of your mind what you'd want to do next.
Okay.
So.
And do you have something in the back of your mind?
Not yet. It's brewing.
Okay.
It's brewing. So we'll see. I don't have any high expectations that I'm going to do it anytime soon. So.
All right. Okay.
But you never know.
You never know. Right on, dude.
When it falls on your plate.
Yep, exactly. Well, Jeff, thank you, dude. Thank you
You got
for
it.
taking the time to go ahead and give us a quick little tour.
You
It's
got it.
beautiful, and congratulations, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks,
All
Eddie.
right, see you, man.
You got it.
There you go, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely stunning bus. Look at this rack, even. Ah, too cool. All right, here we go, you guys. The man, the myth, Charlie Link, also known for Buses by the Beach, SoCal. All the shows that you gotta come down and check out when you come down to the beach. Charlie, aside from going down to the beach and seeing all the buses down there, dude, you put on this amazing show here at the dealer, Capistrano Volkswagen, and you do this dealer takeover. And I've been very fortunate to have been part of all three of them. This is the third annual one. Dude, I know you spent the night here last night helping set up and just getting everything together. And now here we are in front of your bus inside the showroom here. First of all, thank you for your time, dude. I appreciate it, man. And all of the effort that you put into, bring the show together is pretty awesome. It's always cool to see what shows up and what people are enjoying. And but I thought it'd be kind of fun to actually do a quick little tour of your bus, because I mean, I've seen this thing. Just it's a trip to see this thing go from what it used to be to what it is now, and it continues to just get better and better, man. So
I'll give you a quick story on the bus.
let's do it.
In 2008, a friend of mine, we were hanging out, and I was talking about how I wanted another Westie pop top walkthrough, and he said, "Oh, I have one. I got one sitting up in Washington. I bought it when I was on a trip in Alaska. Tried to make it down to Southern California. It broke down. Left it at a shop in Washington. My friend picked it up. It's in the garage. I'm like, dude, what does it look like? Can you show me photos?" He's like, "I don't have photos." I said, how about I pay to have it shipped down, and I look at it. If I don't want it, I'll sell it for you. If not, I'll make you an offer.
There you go.
I paid to have it transported down. It came down. Had a wheel in the front, CB antenna going up right here. Bumpers were missing pieces. The front was not smashed at all. Rockers were rusty. It was very weathered, and you could tell that someone had spent a lot of time, off-roading in Alaska.
Okay.
It wasn't original paint, but it had one respray, which wasn't bad, and it was done a long time ago, so long ago that it actually looked like it was original paint.
Oh, really?
So when I started fixing things on it, some of my friends were like, "What are you doing? It's original paint." I said, "No, it's not original paint." They're like, "But it looks like original paint." I'm like, "Well, it doesn't matter. It needs to be saved." So
Right.
I did change the lower rockers.
Oh, you did?
Inner and
Okay.
outer. And I did all the welding myself. A little bit of the cargo floor, a little bit of the front floor.
Okay.
Dog legs were perfect. All the roof was good. Nose was good. Has all the original doors. I changed all the wood paneling.
Wow, this is cool, man.
Most of this interior is original.
So the interior was already in it.
It was already
a
in
lot of it was in it. Okay.
This is not an original icebox. I actually took a 68 icebox that had the sink in the top, and I cut it down to the same height as the one that should be in here. This was missing.
Wow.
I
Okay.
took a tabletop from a bay window similar to
Right.
this one, and I hinged it here so that I could lift it up. I have it taped so nobody opens it, but this lifts. And normally on these would have a drawer that pulls out.
Oh, right,
But
right.
every one of these that I've had, when the bed's out and you have this drawer out, it's just one
Right.
more thing to interfere with things. So
Okay.
I created that. It works out real well.
Okay.
Let's see. I did the wood paneling in here. If you look up top, I did something unique that you won't see in one of these pop tops. I added wood panels so that when it's closed,
Yeah.
you see the wood just kind of continues across.
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
Instead of just looking at fiberglass.
Oh, I bet you there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be, commenting about that. That's a great idea.
And what's great is I didn't actually have to make any holes to put it in there, because I attached it by putting it under the pull down brackets. And then that bar on the top, I actually made out of some conduit, and I powder coated it.
Okay.
I created the shape of the pop top because these small pop tops are known over time for when the sun is beaten down on the fiberglass gets thinner.
Okay.
And what happens is the edge of the pop top, I'll show you right here, where the pop top sits right here, it'll
Right.
start lifting off the edge.
Okay.
Because the top is flattening out, so it raises
Okay.
up. So that bar allows it keeps the contour of
bowed.
the fiberglass. so that the sides can touch down. You'll look at some of these buses and you look at the seal and it's
now I'm gonna
raised
start
up.
looking all the time.
Yep.
Right, you're right. It is.
I don't like a lot of stickers, but I do have my Octo here.
That's cool.
These are all the visits to Buses by the Bridge in Lake Havasu, my favorite show. And from what I know, these are some of the places this bus has traveled to. So I put those old decals on there.
I like it.
Well,
the other thing too, I mean, if you ever wanted to, you could take the window off, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I painted it 3 years ago, and the paint job came out great. It's not flawless, but it's nice. See underneath, it's a 1776 with a single carb, and it's a dual port motor.
Okay.
It's not a show vehicle by any means, but
no, dude, you use it, and I mean, you drive
driver.
this thing, which is really cool. So it's, that's the thing. I mean, I was talking to Jeff earlier, and the fact that you guys are avid campers, man, and you're always putting on camping shows, and you actually use it. But the bus is so clean, that people would almost think maybe he doesn't use it.
I did powder coat the bumpers. Maybe I should have had dents fixed on them and painted them, but I powder coated over these dents. These were already here.
Right.
And the way I looked at it was, I'd rather have powder coat because it's better protected than just paint itself.
Yep.
And I don't mind the dents because it kind of shows that nothing actually stays perfect, and perfect doesn't really exist. So you could strive for it, but you'll never really get there.
Right.
It's a good thing to try to get for it. I knew I would end up have a scratch, ding, and this was just kind of the beginning of showing me that that's what's going to happen when you use something and enjoy it.
Right, exactly. And I mean, that's the purpose of it, right? You want to enjoy it because, I mean, it's a camper. It needs to go out. Now, one thing that I'd noticed, sorry to interrupt you, Charlie, is you've got brackets on this side too, dude.
Yeah, so I did add, and these are original brackets on both sides, and I bought 2 sets of poles. I have 2 full tents.
Okay.
I have them here.
Awesome.
I have 2 complete full tents that go on each side.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice because now I could have a room on each side when I camp. Not many buses have that.
You have a duplex?
I just thought it would look neat, and it does. I didn't have any room to set it up in here, but I've set it up.
That's rad, though.
At Spring Picnic.
Very cool.
Something to notice, you can see how high this bus is.
Yeah, what size tires are those?
These are general grabbers. They're 27,
okay.
I think, 0.8 or 0.5 or something. This has a ball joint front end on it.
Oh,
I
really?
did not put it on.
Okay.
But from the looks of it, I kind of feel like late '67. It might have been an option. I'm not positive. It looks like it's never been off. The original undercoating is over the bolts and everything. So to me, I think it's been there. So when I got this thing, it sat higher in the front like a bay window. So what I did was I re-indexed the torsion bars in the back.
Right.
And now it sits level. And then I put these all-terrain tires on it, and I ended up with so much room that
clearance, dude.
It's much more clearance for off-roading, which I enjoy because I'm not into slam cars.
Now, Charlie, let me ask you something. I've known you for many, many years, and it's all about 1967 for you.
I love 67.
Why?
There's so many unique things about 1967. I mean, I could show you a few on this vehicle, but bugs, Ghia. I have a 67 car Ghia convertible.
Yeah.
It's the first year to have the ignition on the right side on the dash. Prior to that, it's on the left. Actually, the only year to be on the right side and not on the steering column. First year of the wood grain dash. As far as like this vehicle, only late 67 has the backup lights. I personally like the backup lights. I think they're a nice touch. Might work. That's great too. I like 67 being the first year with the hand pull here without the little church key.
Right.
That's unique to the vehicle. And then the radio hole is elongated. It's not the earlier style.
The 2-shaft style.
We have the black rubber knobs for the headlights, the wipers, and whatnot. That's 67 only. 67, as a lot of people already know, is the first year at 12 volt, as far as like a regular production car. But in late 66, I had heard that you could order a car 12 volt. Just depends on the car. Maybe it depends on if you're in Europe or not. I don't know. Let's see, what else is with 67? 66 and 67 have the point on the bumper. We can go back over here. Right? 66, 67.
Yep. And 65 actually had it on the rear, which was really kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, you see some slash fronts and pointed rears, which is kind of funky.
Yeah, and I think that's neat.
Brakes. It was a dual circuit master.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Dual circuit master. And I forgot
now
what
67 else. Is a trip, man. Oh, also the key code. because you figured the same door handles ran from 64 to 68, but those were T profile through 66 and then L profile for the 67.
You're right.
Dude, this thing is really cool though, man.
Yeah,
I've seen you drive this thing to so many places. What's the farthest place you've actually taken this to? Or what's the longest trip you've taken?
Probably Washington State.
Okay, that's far enough.
Yeah, Washington State. But I used to drive down to Baja before they were dropping people down wells. But now maybe I'll hold off until it's a little bit of a safer place. When I used to drive it down there, it had primer spots and everything, so it didn't look like this. But now it kind of stands out, and people know what the value is of these cars.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in Mexico, if it comes to somebody wanting to take your car, you should give it to them, or else you might be giving up your life.
Yeah, and you know what though, dude? Speaking of dropping people down wells, it's going to take at least 3 guys to drop you down a well.
That's possible.
Well,
anyway,
no,
yeah,
dude,
that's
this
it.
is cool, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the interview, man.
Yeah, no, this is great, man. I appreciate your time and obviously putting on this show. Like I said, it's pretty rad. One of the things that I think is neat is when events like this bring so many people together. And what's really cool is you meet new people, man, and you learn new things. So congratulations, dude. I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort.
It does.
I thank you on my behalf, and I'm sure on the viewers' behalf as well. So
thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, Charlie. Take care, dude. I dig the wheels. So, question for you. What's your name?
Don?
Don, I'm Eddie.
Eddie.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Man.
Hey, I do these videos. I interview people, and I'm just curious, and I apologize I don't have my microphone right now, but at least you got a good voice. How long did you say you've had this for?
Since November of 1982.
Unbelievable, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Found it in the recycler.
Oh, the recycler. I remember those days going out on Thursday mornings.
Thursday afternoon, 1 o'clock at the 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
By 2 o'clock, I was at the guy's house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what year is this?
The 65.
65.
They made them between 62 and 69, but the cars were a failure because they were too expensive. For less than $1,000 more, you could buy a 356.
Very cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And you could buy 2 standard Beetles for what this car cost.
Isn't that something?
Right?
That's
But at
crazy.
the time, it was the fastest and the most luxurious VW that they had produced to that time.
I love these things.
Right.
That is cool.
Thanks.
And you were sharing with me one of your pet peeves is that people mistaken it for what? A Corvair.
Corvair. Right. And I always make it very clear, very concisely, it's not a fucking Corvair.
I love
Again,
it.
the front end, nothing else looks like it. The back end, okay, I get it. It looks
Right.
like a first generation Corvair. I get
No, it's so cool.
it. Thanks.
I love these things, man. That is very cool.
Yeah.
And what's the color? What's the name of this color?
It's called Kiln Red. It was a Porsche color from
Uh-huh.
about 1983. You know, right after I got the car going in 83, I lived right behind a Porsche dealer, and I was, you know, mechanic buying parts, and one day walked into the showroom, there was an 83 911 painted that color. I said, that's the color I'm going to paint my car.
Nice.
Went and got the touch-up paint right then and there, and fast forward till 2007, I told my guy, this is the color I want. And then I picked the silver to go with for the top.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it is cool, man. I'm glad you brought it out. I'd never seen it before. So, and I love the gas burners too. So bitchin'.
Thank you very much.
Very cool.